Yo, what's up, YouTube? We're here with the Brewery of Pontification episode with Rigo, Streetwise Mentor. This is the segment where I just go over opening hands and, gameplay options for decks that I'm playing currently. And this deck is currently Rigo. All right, baby, let's get into that first 7, baby. So we've got a Misty Rainforest, Dranth Magistrate, Birds of Paradise, Land of War Elves, Savannah, Fairy Seer, and a Mystic Remora. So you've got 2 lands. Misty Rainforest can pretty much put you on color of anything you need to cast right now. If you're first in turn order, maybe you might want to drop the Mystic Remora. If you are maybe second and somebody drops their own Mystic Remora, maybe you want to drop the Birds of Paradise so you can untap, turn 2, play a Dork, and then Mystic Remora, or maybe even a Dranith if the decks you're against are very commander-centric or they're probably breach-focused. The Fairy Seer is really good advantage here because you get to see 2 extra cards, potentially even 3 if you swing with it and Rigo is on. This is also a turn 2 Rigo hand. If you really want to get Rigo out as soon as possible, if you're maybe against another Stacks deck that's maybe ahead of you that might play Dranith on the play. This hand is really resilient to Null Rod effects and Collector Oath. You're going to be skyrocketing ahead of everybody because your creature's going to be drawing you cards, even when they don't, you don't want to use them to produce mana. It's a really good hand overall. We got a fresh new 7 here. Let's see what we get. Arcane Signet, Pact Negation, Smothering Tithe, Druid's Repository, Eldritch Evolution, Otawara, and Grand Abolisher. Send this shit back to the fucking kitchen. I don't want it, chef. The reason being is that there's Arcane Signet and 1 land. You're not playing it on turn 2 at minimum. The Pact Negation you can't cast because you'll die as soon as you cast it. 4 and 3 drops, Grand Abolisher, which you just can't cast. Eldritch Revolution. There's nothing you can cast in this hand. Hand's garbage. It's canceled. Jumping into the second 7 right here. Let's see what we got. Command Tower, Mystic Remora, Temporal Manipulation, Silence, Fëanor, Tundra, and Abscess Pilgrim. Amazing hand. Like I said, you can drop that fish turn 1, turn 2, if you want to draw some cards. You got the early Dork, so you can get out Rigo maybe turn 2 if you'd like. You get the Silence for interaction. This is a really good hand going first, second, third, or fourth. Keep that shit. Up next, we got Reading Pool, Mystical Tutor, Sidisi's Faithful, Elvish Spirit Guide, Lotus Petal, Archivist Ogma, Miscast. This is kind of a iffy hand, It's got a lot of explosive mana here. If it had a wheel, this would make my hand 10 times better. The Archivist might put me online. I could also tutor for that wheel if I wanted to. Maybe I might draw a land. I doubt that I would. So let's see what our next 3 draws are if I were to keep this hand. Wow. No land. Amazing. And even after I draw with the Archivist, everybody fetches on turn 1, then, still no land here. Oh, there's one right here. Wait, we finally got one. Also, I just wanted to add that this hand is just it's not unplayable. This hand can work. You just only can play 1 spell per turn until you draw your second land. You could also play the turn 1 Rigo if you'd like, and then drop the Sidisi's Faithful on turn 2, and then start swinging on turn 3. That also works. So up next, we got a Flooded Strand, Hollow Fountain, Scalding Tarn, Latent Tutor, Baral, Ranger Captain, and a Esper Sentinel that got caught in the fucking glare. This hand isn't unplayable. I'd probably keep this going 4th, maybe 3rd. Turn 1, drop the Esper Sentinel, I could also just do the Enlightened Tutor to get a Mana Crypt.
Could even get a Jeweled Lotus to get Rigo out. So you can start swinging with Baral and Esper Sentinel. Yeah, yeet. Get them in there. And there's also a Ranger Captain you could probably play on turn 2 as well. It's not as quick as I would like it to be, but it's a good hand. Up next, we got Birds of Paradise, Chrome Mox, Windswept Teeth, Jeweled Lotus, Finale, Fierce Guardianship, and an Archaeomancer. I think I might have to actually play this hand out to get a feel for it. So I'm going to do that without drawing a card. Obviously, put the Jeweled Lotus out, Chrome Mox, maybe Exile Finale, and then you crack it, get a green producing source to get the Birds of Paradise out, and then you just sack the Jeweled Lotus for triple white, and then you put out Rigo, and then you're off to the races by turn 2 with Fierce Guardianship as backup. So I'm going to commit to the simulation here and actually draw a card for turn and see what I would have had, which would have been a turn 1 Windfall. Yeah, obviously I'm going to snap that off if I'm going first. Simulating an attack. Attack could piss me up another land. I think I still would have done everything I would have done. I would have put out Rigo, put all that mana out. Birds of Paradise, so I could establish a decent board state. And then for the next turn, I'd probably follow up with a Windfall. Now, these are the cards that I drew after the Windfall resolve. I have Temporal Manipulation, Fenor Nose, Mox Diamond, Otawara, Talisman Progress, and Avacyn's Pilgrim. So I'm simulating a draw on 6. If it were just 4, which is more likely, I think I would have just had the Mox Diamond, which would have dropped me the Avacyn's Pilgrim. And then I would have held all those cards in hand. I'd tap here and go to my next turn. And now I have the extra turn in hand along with the Finhornels. I might fetch here before combat. Right now, we're just pretty much looking for maybe a Neoform or Eldritch Evolution. Right now, we're looking to get some more turns here. So we're going to do that by taking more cards out of our deck, which are lands, which are dead draws here. Because we're going to be taking an extra turn after this anyway. And we could actually swing the Avacyn's Pilgrim because it triggers on attack. Which gives me a Land or Elves, a replacement for our Avacyn's Pilgrim, which is pretty cool. And I have 5 mana here, and I'll drop off the Temporal Manipulation, go to my next turn. Ooh, wow, Mana Crypts, seems great. Play a land for turn, go to combat, who cares if they block again. We got a Myrel, and we got a Time Twister. I think we just, maybe we just twist it up here. Thinking about it. So there's actually a couple things you can do here. You can actually play out all of your mana here, and then prepare to Time Twister on the following turn. And that way you'll have about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, maybe 14 mana on your following turn, and 11 after you Time Twister. Yeah, that seems pretty good. And I think that's what I'm doing here. So I'm just looking to put everything out that I need before I Time Twister. Although this deck's a graveyard-based deck. Time Twister is a really great disruption and recursion piece for the deck. I actually just drew an Eldritch Evolution, so I just win here. So I just Eldritch Evolution, sacrificing a dork. I'm counting up my mana to make sure I have enough. So the line is you sacrifice one of your dorks, cast Eldritch Evolution, pick up Spellseeker. Spellseeker picks up Ephemerate your Spellseeker gets a Neoform into a 4-drop, which could be Archaeomancer or Timeless Witness. Pick up your extra turn spell, and then you can set your turn loop from there. So I've actually made quite a few updates since I made this video. The most significant cuts that I've made to this deck are Counterbalance and Displacer Kitten. Counterbalance was a really great piece in the deck to disrupt my opponents. However, it didn't really accelerate my game plan, and I added a rock to compensate for that. Displacer Kitten, on the other hand, was really great when it came to comboing and getting really good value. The combo consisted of 2 turn spells. One would be in your hand, one in the graveyard, and you would flicker your Archaeomancer or Timeless Witness to put one of them back in your hand and pay 5 over the course of each turn to take infinite turns. The issue with this, I never found myself wanting to find Displacer Kitten. And Displacer Kitten wasn't very good on its own. It required other pieces to make it work, and I had to go out of my way to get this card. It was a really more of a speed bump more than anything in this deck, so that's why I made the cut. Timeless Witness was included for a more consistent and resilient combo. Solved the equation for the same reason. Fairy Seer is a free evasive flyer and also a ritual. Talisman of Curiosity also helps with color fixing. Windfall is a highly synergistic draw spell that helps with the graveyard strategy. And that concludes this video. Thanks for sticking around until the end. If you have any suggestions or anything you want to say, just drop it in the comments below. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Make sure you like to get me up in the algorithm. I also have a Discord, which will be posted in the description below. Feel free to join if you'd like, and I'll see you next time. Later.